Sorry about that. Let's see. It's a little chilly this morning, very windy. Had to wait for some of the noise to die down out here, but we're going to continue on with Anton Webern's letters to Hildegard, Jone, and Josef Humplik. We ended on 76 today. Today we start with 77. This is February 9th, 1938. Dearest friends, it's probably going to be loud out here. Dearest friends, I have just finished another part, the second movement of the quartet I am writing, and I'm about to begin on the third, and probably last. Our Augenlicht, Dear Hildegard, is to have its first performance in London in July at a music festival. I won't be conducting it myself since I can't speak the language, which would create too many difficulties in rehearsing the chorus, but I would like to go anyways, to listen to and perhaps indirectly even exert some influence to the good durch unsere offenen Augen, through our open eyes. Do you think it might be a good idea to give an English translation in the program next to the original German? Naturally, it will be sung in German. Could you yourself, dear Hilda, make the translation? That would be lovely. I composed the words quoted above up to the end, und es macht ihn gut. Okay, this is from February 14th, 1938. Dear Hildegard, Undine. I wish to say it as simply as this. It moved me greatly. It is so beautiful that Undine and Element, or Undine and Elementa, become so completely identified in the lament. Am I understanding it correctly? Is it Element abandoned by mankind who is lamenting, and yet it is Undine? And yet it is Undine. How deeply felt, yes. How moving your words are. Are you glad Augenlicht has been performed? And I'm going to go with Undine and Element. I think Undine is probably a wave. And then Element is, so who knows? I need to look into Augenlicht. Anyways, this is from March 12th, 1938. Dearest friends, I am totally missed in my work and cannot be disturbed. Cannot be disturbed. That's twice. I don't know why I said that. Anyways, here's April 15th, 1938. Dearest Hildegard, I have now finished my work. How much I would like to show it to you. I have a good feeling about it. And next time we meet, I would like to try and tell you something about it at the very least. The piano score of Augenlicht is coming out next week. I'll send you a copy straight away. Not a single note is missing. The orchestral part has simply been laid out for piano. This is from May 5th, 1938. Dear Hildegard, just as I was about to send you the Augenlicht, your sweet card arrived. So we come with the same post. You say such lovely things about it. How grateful I am. And how it delighted me at a time of severe depression after yesterday's appalling experiences in Vienna. I had just been talking it over with Mina. I'm not hold on. I've been talking it over with Mina. There we go. But now, the fact that your wonderful poem arrived like a gift at such a time, my dear Hildegard, it was so beautiful, so redeeming. It is something I'll never forget. What a sense of recovery your words brought me. I have to say it again. The fact that they arrived at such a moment, what precision of occurrence. Needing them as never before, such words were there for me. Wir wollen Ruhe geben. We want to give tranquility. The amount you have expressed in that. You are painting and writing again. God be thanked. I can't say anything different and look forward enormously to seeing your new painting. A score, my new quartet is off to America already. A performance, Das Augenlicht, in London on June 17th. This is letter 82 from June 29th, 1938. Dearest Hildegard, the whole of the past week really encouraging news has been coming in about the London performance of our Augenlicht. Words like real triumph, tumult and enthusiasm, etc. I'm especially pleased because you were too part of what was heard. It is our Augenlicht, after all, and that is why it is permissible to quote such things to you. You must read some of them yourself. This is letter 83 from July 20th, 1938. Now listen to this. I am now composing Kleine Flügel Honsamen schwebst in Winter. It is to be the key to a sizable symphonic cycle for a solo, chorus, and orchestra. in which more of your texts are to appear, a sort of symphony and vocal sections. My symphony was broadcast from Birmingham. More encouraging news about the London Augenlied performance. The performance was in the Queen's Hall. It holds about 5,000 people. Letter 84, Dear Hildegard. Oh, hi. Good morning. This is letter 84, and from August 8th, 1938. Dear Hildegard, how well I think I understand you, and how much I wish to thank you for that particular letter. What you say in it is extremely significant. What a beautiful thought. That about the unshakable ordering principle. Ellipsis. There are plans for the Augenlied in America and Italy. Ellipsis. Now we have, this is from December 17th, 1938, and by then things are, I think the Anschluss, what we call the annexation of Austria, happened, but it's known as the Anschluss, or the reconnecting or something like that. Anyways, December 17th, 1938, Dearest Hildegard, what joy, the little volume full of wonders. Your beautiful text on Ferdinand Eber, how it impressed me, and now Humplik's new, so new, and magnificent portrait of you. My thanks to both of you, dearest friends, 1,000 times. I had thought of something to give you for Christmas, but I can already see that it won't be able to have it ready in time. But it won't be all that late. I have reached an agreement with an English music publisher, the biggest one there. For the time being, they have taken my new string quartet and are to publish it there soon. My Trackle songs were sung in England and not long ago. The above-mentioned quartet in New York. This is from January 25th, 1939. Things are getting crazy in Europe. Dearest Hildegard, ellipsis. In the same post, I am sending you what I promised for Christmas. It's already been a long time, but I had to have one more copy made for my own use, and this is what held things up. Well, it is the first full-score manuscript of Kleine Flügel Ensemble. Herewith I present it to you and Pepo. Pepo being her husband, Josef Humplik. I am sure that you will understand all the drawing that has appeared through the notes. But however freely it seems to float around, schwebst in Winde, possibly music has never known anything else so loose. It is a product of regular procedure more strict. Possibly than anything that has been performed on a basis of musical conception before, the little wings that bear within themselves, but really, not just figuratively, the whole form, just as your words have it. But extraordinary how these words come out to meet you halfway. Well, that's a garbled mess. I've had several more performances in London. The score of my new quartet is now going to press. There's also some encouraging news in this connection. And this is from February 28th, 1939. My dear Hildegard, ellipsis. Yes, what I wanted to say was, my quartet has been very beautifully engraved. It looks magnificent. In a few weeks, the score should be ready. You'll get a copy immediately. In April, the piece will be performed in a music festival in Warsaw. I also heard news of further performances in London. A performance of my arrangement of the Bach Fugue is scheduled in Florence. This is letter 88 from March 15th, 1939. Dear friends, ellipsis, I am delighted above all by the fact that you, dear Hildegard, should think of copying out parts of the Betalte Kranz to send to me. I would be very grateful, very grateful. Meanwhile, I have already set to work on parts of the couplets. I am amalgamating 3 of them into a musical unity. It will be for chorus and orchestra, and the planned cycle of movements will make up the cantata. And it's exclusively vocal, and the words are by you. This is letter 89, and it was May 14th, 1939. Dearest Hildegard, the above-mentioned movement of my new work, with your couplet, is finished. I am now preparing the score. It is a piece for mixed chorus and orchestra. I haven't used all the text I planned to use in the first place. The musical form demanded something different after all. There are purely instrumental passages, and in the center of your couplet, Zündender Lichtblitz des Lebens, that's for the chorus. Okay? I maybe light lightning? I have no idea what that means. I don't know what Zündender is, but yeah, I'm not going to translate it. Anyways, German is terrible. I apologize. Entschuldigen Sie bitte. This is letter 90 from June 5th, 1939. Dearest Hildegard, ellipsis, it is hoped to be it is to be hoped that we come and visit you very soon. I'll bring the new score with me, Blitz und Donner, so as soon to be able to show you how it goes, at least figuratively, optically. So, lightning and thunder. This is letter 91. Let's see. Yeah, letter 91, and we are August 12th, 1939. Dearest friends, last week I was away for a few days. Otherwise, working constantly. It is the passage from Chachiten, I don't know, from Turnen die silbernen Seiten to schenkt sich im Dunkel dem Verden Erzen aus Tau der Wohlendung. So, best I got, people. Anyways, this is from, let's see, December 2nd, 1939, and that will be the last one we do. It is a very long letter. Here we go. December 2nd, 1939, letter 92. Dear friends, now I wish to tell you that the Chariten are finished. The piece was a lot of work. In construction, it is a 4-part fugue, but to retain all the freedom of mobility within its strictness, so that there could be no question of forcing, was no easy task. So in fact, it turned into something completely different, a scherzo form that came about on the basis of variations, but still a fugue. Now I'm preparing the score. That will take some time. I have to obtain a sound more manifold. Perhaps than anything I have imagined hitherto. That done, this cantata will be complete. I think the Chariten will be the first piece for musical reasons, but also for textual ones. Aren't the little wings and the lightning and thunder answering the questions posed in the Chariten verses, dear Hildegard? Aren't they saying that what is implied by the latter, by the sound, the word, and the seal of the spectrum? Of course, the Chariten are composed on the basis... Sorry about that, that's a big one. We're almost done. Let's see. Yeah, we're close to being done. Because this is probably some very thick German that was difficult to translate, because this really doesn't read well. Of course, the Chariten are composed on the basis of the same sequence of 12 notes, a series, as the two other pieces, in which the series, as I've already told you, has the peculiarity of the second set of 6 notes, is, in its intervals, the backwards inversion of the first set, so that everything that occurs can be traced back to a sequence of 6 notes. That's what Schoenberg called the, Grundgestalt. Anyways, ever the same, whether it's the blissful strings, the charm of mercy, the little wings, or the lightning of life, or the thunder of a heartbeat. Surely is evident now from how the text can be built into the set sequence, and musically it is just the same, and yet each time something quite different. And looks like there's another letter here, but it's not dated, and I'll just finish with that one. Dear Hildegard, this is letter number 93, and I'm just going to assume that it's from December or Christmas 1939. So this is December 25th, 1939. This is letter 93. Dear Hildegard. Still a little bit under the weather. Generally feeling much better. Letter 93. Dear Hildegard, many thanks for the lovely poem and all the affection of your letter. Our house too sends hearty greetings and best wishes for Christmas time. And the new year, you, Pepo, and your sweet and highly estimable mama. And your highly estimable mama. I don't know. Mama, that's what it says. I hope we will meet again soon, possibly once more at our place in the Auholz. Don't know what that is, something to the hole, I don't know. And the score of my cantata is finished. For I would like to show you also earlier pieces and show you them acoustically, but not just optically. That's been so long the case. What will be possible? It will be really lovely to have you visit us again. How I look forward to the unknown Colonel. The title says so much to me. It would be lovely to have the Mozart facsimile that you spoke of. Hearty thanks. One day we must talk about that requiem. I am busy with my score all day long. It can't be now before it is ready. Perhaps even this year. The picture to the Mergen often surprises even me. I just got to the passage. Sind doch im Worte die Schwacheren? Oh gosh. Schwacheren. Worte lange gestorben. Lange gestorben. How I would like to play these bars right now after Plato. Mere dalliance. Does not include the Parthenon frieze. Once again, our very best wishes. See you soon. This is Christmas 1939. It says your Webern. And then he left. Well, it's only 7 notes, but if you can see there, he actually wrote out the tone row himself. And it is, I want to say it is here. I'll figure out what it is. This one time. Because flipping through notes like this isn't helpful for me, but I really want to see what's going on here, even if it probably doesn't have it. Let me see. 93. In his book, The Republic, Plato demands, among other things, that anything that flatters the senses is merely for show, as a bad example of banished. Okay, so it's... They're not really going to say much about it. Okay. No, that's what I thought. So anyways. Let's see. How long have we gone? August 19. Let's do 1940 and then we'll call it a day. So this is letter 94. Dear friends, this is January 16th, 1940. The score of my cantata, that is the part I worked on last, is now finalized and finished once and for all. How I would love to show it to you. How your wonderful words, dear Hildegard, have become musical. Charles de Gabe Hoxton, Erkston, Dianmut der Gnada, Eglantet. So it says, charity, the highest, the gift of highest, the grace of mercy shines forth. And again, German's very rough, so just bear with me. Or the speaking passage, und auch die blasserem Bilder zum Siegel des Spectrums geschmolzen. And apparently that says, impel images too, melted into the seal of the spectrum, or schenkt sich ein Dunkel. I have now put this piece at the end of the cantata after all. Musically, it has to be the ending. It was so in the plan, it has turned out to exactly so. Musically, there is not a single center of gravity in this piece. The harmonic construction resulted in the individual voices is such that everything is floating. I am already busy with the new work. This time purely instrumental. Beginning of February 1st, I'm going to Switzerland. That is already fixed unless something intervenes at the last moment. Directly after Winterthur, I have a performance in Basel, and it's chamber music. I'm invited there too. This is letter 95 from February 17th, 1940. Dearest friends, I am back and can truthfully maintain that everything I expected from the journey came to pass, even my desire to find a little warmth. From the day of my arrival to the day I left, winter was mild, almost spring-like, where I was staying. And this impression was heightened by the magnificent flowers in Werner Reinhardt's home. I was surrounded by the exotic plants, orchids, African violets, primula, narcissus, etc. It was really an ideal visit, primarily on account of the character of my host. I have much to tell you. And this is from March 19th, 1940, and letter 96. Dear friends, the news is that the score of my cantata has gone off to Switzerland. It is possible it will be performed in Basel. Naturally, there is a danger that it will shrink from the greatest difficulties involved. But when it all is said and done, think of the things I was able to teach my course in the old days. This is from August 1st, 1940. Dear Hildegard, your new poems, they're so touching, and so to use a word whose sense you have opened up, particularly winsome, thank you indeed. I am busy with my own work again. I had to interrupt it for a few weeks. It is purely instrumental work, something very colorful, but on a basis of most strict and binding. This is from There we go. September 3rd, 1940, letter 98. Dear Hildegard, nothing else you said, nothing else you could have said would have made me more happy. And I think you understand all right. Oh, that's weird. And I think I understand aright your remarks about the Schneegatten. Possibly this picture will go away toward proving this. Would I be otherwise? Heartiest thanks and greetings, dear friends, your Webern. And he's got, that's really interesting. If you are watching this, you can see it has a facsimile of his handwriting there. And oddly enough, they don't put the treble clef like in the correct place. Webern doesn't, which is kind of fascinating. So this is letter 99. And this will be the last one today. This is from December 20th, 1940. Dear Hildegard, I too have been working uninterruptedly, with the result that I am now just about at the end of the work I have engaged in. As I've already told you, it is purely instrumental work for orchestra. Variations, quite a long piece, an independent piece. And this was postmarked from Vienna, Mödling. Mödling being a suburb of Vienna, and that is December 22nd, 1940. So we've only got we've got like 40 more letters to do, and I'll continue on tomorrow morning. Hello, good morning. And then we'll start to do we'll get through all the Cocteau poems that I'm that I'm currently translating with the help of Google and a few other things. Anyways, always be excellent to each other. Have a really wonderful day. Party on, everybody.